morning to everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Rita Edmonds. My husband was a worker at Asheville. You've heard all of this before. I'm going to tell you a little bit more. December the 22nd, of course, in 2008, the disaster that was the Kingston coal ash spill occurred. It changed the landscape forever. Dumped 1 billion tons of waste, ash, wet, nasty, messy stuff, swallowed up homes, and did untold damage to the land. But the cleanup began very quickly, calling in men and women, offering very attractive wages, appealing to the ones especially that had family. More money, better life, right? And people accepted that call and came to work. The cleanup went on for years. And as the landscape began to improve, people's memories began to slip a little. Out of the ashes rose a beautiful, sweet little park. Beautiful to look at. And the landscape became sculpted and green again. But this was not the reality for the workers. Here's their reality. 12 to 15-hour work days, 7 days a week. Sludging around in the muck and the nasty that was the coal ash. As that coal ash dried up and turned into fly ash, the workers breathed it, no protection. And they breathed in these terrible, harmful, toxic chemicals and radiation, which has done so much damage to our workers. And they were never offered anything other than a pan of water to wash their boots in so that they wouldn't dirty the trucks they were driving when they got back in them. They did not have masks, even though they asked for it, and they did not have any kind of protective clothing, nothing to protect them at all. Well, this was also my husband's reality. He was driving a truck, hauling this ash around wherever they told him to haul it to. He would come home at night looking like he'd been run up a stovepipe. He had dust in his ears, up his nose, in his wrinkles. He had dust everywhere. It was a terrible sight to see. Down the road, he began to have some vague symptoms. Not anything you could really put your hand on. Sometimes not even bad enough to go to the doctor for. But eventually, those symptoms turned into rectal cancer, for which he had 3 major surgeries for. Very rare kind of cancer that the doctor did not know how to treat. He convened a panel of oncologists and surgeons to tell him how to treat this cancer. Right now he's cancer free. Then his heart went into AFib, beating irregularly, many trips to the hospital, many trips to the doctor. His heart was never put back normally again. It's still irregular today. He had problems with his blood pressure, up and down, all the time. He had a very low testosterone level for which he was treated. He had COPD, which came from that mess. And then the last insult to his body was Parkinson's. Parkinson's is a neurological disease that destroys the brain and destroys bodily function eventually. why he has such a hard time walking or speaking. When my husband began working at the Asheville, he was a very strong, healthy man, able to do just anything he needed to do. But now this is his reality. He cannot walk unassisted, can't stand up by himself, can't turn over in the bed, can't cover himself up, can't dress himself. All of those things that 15 years ago was unthought of. He cannot breathe unlabored, always worried about a relapse of the cancer, which was terrible, by the way. A long recovery period for that. His mind deteriorated, and he sleeps 2/3 of every day because of this terrible disease. I'm lucky to have him here with me today. He's had a long life, but the last 15 years have been difficult for him. Once we planned a trip to go out west. That's all he talked about. Wanted a truck so he could take me out west and show me all the things he had seen. Didn't happen. So then we planned a trip to Dothan to see my sister. Maybe go to the beach while we were there. Didn't happen. This coal spill changed our lives forever. Forever. I wanted to come today and tell my husband's story and to honor him by doing that.
That's good.
And I also want to thank you, your people so much for giving us this opportunity to speak out about what has happened and to honor these workers who have sacrificed so much. There was a time when the lawsuit first began that people didn't believe what we were saying. They thought we were just out for money.
Yep.
Let me assure you that these widows and these workers and their families, not $1 billion apiece would compensate them for what they've lost. It is not about the money. It's about honoring our workers today. And thank you so much, commissioners, for the plaque, for the proclamation that you've given. We are so honored to be here today. Thank you so much.
Jason Williams, he was a worker at the site.
First of all, I apologize for something last night. We got to go back.
You don't have to apologize for anything that. You don't have to apologize. My name is Jason Williams. I'm a coal ash survivor. I'm a worker, I'm a survivor so far. I haven't worked coal ash. I think I left Bull Run 6 years ago. I passed out 14 times in one day at Bull Run. So that was my last union job, if you will. So I've spoke about every meeting that the ladies have asked me to speak. You know, they call me the other day, I get back to speak today. Anytime they call me, I do whatever they ask me to do. And I appreciate the commission for what they've done today, but I want to appreciate the ladies. If it went from the ladies, we wouldn't be here. Them women have spent numerous hours fighting for us. You know, the Bible says that the man should love his wife like Christ loved the church.
Right.
You know, Janie, Miss Betty, and Jamie. Every Valentine's Day I send Jamie a happy Valentine's Day. She lost her husband. All three of them members lost their husbands, but guess what they're doing? They're still here defending us. You know, and we had a picture years ago with all the workers. You know, Roy, you probably remember. You know, was at the soccer field, the new park. And I look at that picture every now and then and say, "Golly, look who's missing. Look who's missing." You know, and these women are just great. This day is about the women, you know. They're strong, they're tough, they're amazing. You know, I think some of us will have to pay Janie's phone bill for the next 5 years. Because everybody's called Janie, you know, and talk for hours at a time, you know, I've talked about everything from Janie's cookies to, you know, radiation poison, you know, over the years. And I've been to all the meetings, been kicked out of meetings. I was there when, you know, Jamie, her last day as a journalist, I was there. You know, it was a sad day because a bunch of lies. By a bunch of people that lied on us, and we made good money there. We made good money, and like you said, it's not worth $1 million. I mean, it takes my significant other's not here today. She don't come to these things because she can't handle it because of the depression of it. But it takes me an hour and a half every morning to get up out of bed. It takes me 2 hours just to go to bed every night. You know, I've got cancer. And I've had it for 12 years, and I'll continue having it until, you know, I don't get treatment for it. It's my time. I know where I'm going. I'll join Tommy and Nancy. I know where I'm going. But you know, I just want to thank the ladies. They deserve all the credit for all this, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.